what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And guess what? I just saw somebody popped up on the screen. I'm just so happy to see her name up there. Hey, Miss Wanda Dixon, Memphis, Tennessee, by way of Mississippi. uh, Finest is in the building. Hey, y'all, the best, I don't know what they call it. I, I don't call her no nail tech. She better than a nail tech. I don't what they call you. I couldn't call you, but I if I just had a choice and nobody else can do my nails and my feet, I would have one person on this planet do it, and that's Wanda Dixon of the Nail Gallery in Memphis, Tennessee. Awesome customer service, awesome. I mean, everything about it, that experience you get when you go sit in her chair. I used to post pictures about but it's Women Rock Wednesday. So Wanda Dixon is a woman that rocks. And if you're ever in Memphis and you want to have a trip to Memphis and you want to go get a manicure and pedicure, please let me know and I'll make sure I hook it up for you if she have time, because she's so crowded. But do me a favor. She said underpaid psychiatrist, and thank you. Underpaid you. I forgot about that. You're absolutely right. But it's Women Rock Wednesday, and I started off talking about a fabulous woman, y'all. When y'all get to know her, you're gonna say, "Oh, do me a favor. Let's start right now, everybody. Share the show right now. We got an unwanted guest here on Women Rock Wednesday that a lot of women don't want him on. I can't call his name on Wednesday. He's just unwanted on Wednesday, but I want him every other day. But on Wednesday, he messed with everybody on the feed. I'm not going to call his name because they told me not to call his name out. But guess what? He's in the building, ladies. I saw his name pop up on the screen. But do me a favor. Allow him to share the show, and everybody share the show right now. Got a lot of great stuff on Women Rock Wednesday. There go Paul Miranda is back. Paul Miranda, you know what? Let me tell you something. That Paul Miranda, y'all, is special. That's all I'm going to say about him today. But let me announce my starting five. So every day I talk about this, that starting five. They are the first people that sign on to the Chop Shop feed, right? So I acknowledge them every day, but on Wednesday, it's only women. So I'm doing this right now. I got a guy at the top. I done pushed him out the way. I got Mindy Collins. I got another guy, pushed him out of the way. Kimberly Jackson. Who else we got? Anissa Bill is in the building. Who else we got? Kim, I got Kim. Wait a minute, where my girls at now? Hold up. Oh, Monte Cora is in the building. Dale Griggs is in the building. I see my girls. Hold up. Let me keep going. Jessica Brooks is in it. I'm calling out all my girls. Yeah. Okay, this is the starting whatever of the number. Tamika Withers in the building. Wanda Dixon is in the building. Walter Yates. I'm sorry, y'all. That dude I don't supposed to mention his name. Quit, man. Can't wait to see what's on today's topic. Thank you, Kenneth. Kenneth, that's the first time anybody ever said that on the Chop Shop. Thank you, Kenneth. Man, thank you so much. Kenneth, do me a favor. Because I don't see your name that much. Do me a favor. If you haven't are not a subscriber on YouTube, go to YouTube right quick, right? And type in Chop Shop HTX and subscribe to the Chop Shop on YouTube also. So if something happened on Facebook, because they're always doing something crazy, you're able to get us on on YouTube also, okay? I'm going down and let me see. I'm just trying to find all my girls. Let me see if any more than came. Josephine Kanye's in the building. Josephine, thank you for sharing that information, y'all. That's my favorite sister-in-law in the. I call her sister-in-law because she was mad at my brother, but she was like a sister. You know how you just got, I got two sister-in-laws that they just really like. I had five sisters. I had seven sisters, really. because of her and Carolyn, the two of the greatest women that ever been in my life. Shout out, a tribute to them all the time. All my sisters too. Jackie, I got to say my sister Jackie, because if I mention anybody else's name, she get mad. So let me put her name out there. And hold else. Hey Tori, hold up. What's up, Alfio? Thanks for the post, Alfio. The feeling is mutual. He said, "Will do." Corey Henderson put me on to you guys. Thank you, Corey Henderson. See that? Corey Henderson, boy, we're gonna have to send you a gift. Corey Henderson recommended and put Kenneth Gilbert in contact with us. He want to know what's gonna happen. Corey, let me tell you something. Kenneth, it's Women Rock Wednesday, so let me get down to business. I did a lot of housekeeping, y'all, but share the show because I'm about to share a couple of things. Thank you, Trey Phillips and Otis Lanier. They sent me this information, but I mentioned it before, but I want to talk about it a little extensively today. And it's Women Rock Wednesday. Man, this Walter Yates, he's not gonna quit, y'all. Hey, y'all, see, sometimes, as I'm trying to do this show, this is a unique show. This is a unique show that it's unbelievable. I mean, it allows. I tried, y'all, seriously. I want this to be a safe space so we can share information. Kenneth Gilbert, it's I always say the Chop Shop is intentional. Okay, let me explain the show. It's intentional on covering some of the craziest topics, the messiest topics in the world. What we do, we sit. I liken it to we sitting in the world's messiest intersection, the intersection where sports, entertainment, high school sports, summer basketball, race, politics, all of this this intersection, and all of us in this messy intersection, right? And we sit down in it, and we talk about it, and we debate about it, we argue about it, and guess what we do? We get up and dust ourselves off, and guess what? And Kenneth, we come back and try to make solutions about the things that we have talked about. So that's the unique thing about this show. Yes, Robert Young is in the building. Yes, Robert Young, that ain't news. I don't think that's news. Everybody should know that guy got COVID. But I was thinking about it, and I was watching things, and I'm listening to us over the last couple of days. I got Jimmy in the green room. He'll be in just a second. But everyone's path, Kenneth, everyone's path to success is definitely different. I saw this today. Stacy Houston posted it. He said, everyone's path to success is definitely different. So when you want to do this with your son, that's why I always tell y'all it's okay. Nobody tell you what to do with your son. When you want to do this with your daughter, it's okay. So today, there are some things that I want to download into your intellectual hard drive. That's why I keep telling us we got to raise the level of conversation. A few years back we was going back and forth and all that old stuff. But sometimes when we got a platform like this with 50,000 people a month listening, and we got a responsibility to say something more than who on a high school basketball team. Who who in the gym, parent in the gym acting up. We owe it to y'all. So it's so much stuff we're gonna share today. But I want to start off with this young lady. I got to start off with this lady. Jimmy, I'm gonna bring you on in. So I hope you're ready. Let me get you in there. Let me see. Oh, all I got to do is click the button, Robert. So Jimmy's in there. But it's Women Rock Wednesday, right? And like I said, thanks you to Otis Lanier and Trey Phillips. Trey texted to me. Otis, he sent me some. And we was talking about Louisa Harris. Louisa Stewart, Harris Stewart, born Louisa Harris in Mississippi. She is considered one of the pioneers of women basketball. She played for Delta State University. She won 3 consecutive Association of Intercollegiate Athletics for Women. It was the AIAW back then. The predecessors to the national NCAA. Back then they had men in NCAA, but they didn't allow women in the NCAA. So y'all, this Women Rock Wednesday, and I want y'all to know that, women. I I understand when y'all fighting for stuff because this kind of stuff been happening to y'all. But she won championships, Jimmy, from 1975 through 77. She won three consecutive NCAA. Well, what is the AIAW championships, and she played professionally with the Houston Angels of the Women Professional Basketball League. She was the first and only woman ever to be drafted by a National Basketball Association, the New Orleans Jazz. But I saw they sent me a video, and I listened to her a little bit, and she said she all her life, because she's from Mississippi, she wanted to, and Wanda, you should know, I think you should know this lady. I grew up knowing about her. She wanted to go to Alcorn, but they didn't have a woman's team. So she went to Delta State, and she was the only black player on the team. And she said that she wasn't close to anyone on the team, but when they got on the floor, you couldn't tell. And she said only the men, she was talking about it, she said only the men were part of the NCAA at that time. And, but she's talking about they won 3 national championships. In the little, if you look her up, Louisa Harris, you can see it on YouTube. Great interview. She was coached by Margaret Wade. She said Margaret Wade didn't say much as a coach. She just she opened her jacket and she had a little pen up on her jacket, and the pen just said, "Give them hell." Every time she don't talk, she just opened up her jacket, said, "Give them give them hell." And Louisa Harris, y'all, she also scored the first basket in history for the women's in Olympic basketball. They didn't introduce women's basketball in the Olympics too late. She was the first person to score the first basket. They won a silver medal that year, and she said she wanted to keep playing, but she had nowhere to go. It was nowhere for her else to go. And it wasn't no WNBA like your daughters have a chance to go to the WNBA now. So she was bipolar. She had a mental illness. She was bipolar. And she said it really surfaced after she stopped playing. And she'd never forget, she said the phone rang one time and somebody was calling from the New Orleans Jazz, was calling and said, "Look here, I want you to come try out for the team." It's a woman that wanted to go try out for the Jazz. And she said she didn't feel she was good enough. She said she had already decided to start a family with her husband. So she said she thought it was a publicity stunt. So she said competing against women. Y'all listen to this. She said competing against women is one thing, but against men is a whole nother ball game. So she decided not to go. She said no to the NBA. But she looked back at her career, and she sometimes she down and talking about what she should have did. She said, "I was a 3-time national champion and I was an Olympian." She said, "You know what? That's good enough for me." So shout out to Louisa Harris. Thank you, Trey Phillips and Otis Lanier, for sending me that information. I remember her very well because she used to play against this team called Immaculata. It was one of the powerhouse. They were the powerhouse, and then Delta State came in and beat them and won 3 in a row. So it's shout out to her. She rocks. She really rocks. Really rocks. She from the area, close to the area I was born, Memphis in Mississippi. So she really rocks with me. So shout out to Louisa Harris in the building. So it's a whole lot of other stuff I got. I know Jimmy got some things. I'm gonna let him, Jimmy, you go now because I got some more stuff to come back to. But happy Women Rock Wednesday, and no, Darrell Barnes, we have not talked about the HISD Sports Hall yet. We hadn't got that. We hadn't got to that yet. So what's going on, Jimmy?
Oh man, it's Women Rock Wednesday. I want to get everybody to share this show right now. Let's get this sharing get out the gates. It should be a share. Time you come on, it's like rubbing the log on Apollo. Let's get the share in. I'm gonna get mine in right now, Heather, as well. Let's go and get one in. Yesterday, I'm congratulate you guys.
Uh-huh.
We had we had a nice amount of shares yesterday. Let's
I'm
see.
glad you look at it because I didn't.
I'm sure.
Yes, share. Ed Russell, make sure you share. And
And
Jimmy, we got Kenneth Gilbert on the feed, Jimmy. He was recommended by Corey Henderson. So I love to hear stuff like that. Kenneth, you made my day. This Women Rock Wednesday, but Kenneth, you made my day today on Women Rock Wednesday, man. This is my favorite day of the week. I got 5 sisters and a daughter. So yes, it's always Women Rock around me every day, but we just really celebrate them on Wednesday. So what else
yeah,
you got, Jimmy?
and I want to get like I said, we got a lot of stuff to dive into, and I'm on
I got
on
so
the back
much.
line.
Oh my
I
God.
take you guys and educate you and go through some numbers and provide some factuals on high school signees from greater Houston area and the transfer rate over the past few years running. So I went and I did some study and dug into those numbers, and we'll share what I found, a distinct correlation that is probably going to surprise a lot of you guys. Also, other things on the docket today is we got some big news about on the back nine about one of the local popular prep schools, and we'll share that. They have dissolved operations after only the second day of school. So we'll share that with you guys as well. Now, also dive right into it. Give you guys a quick shot of baseball.
You really
course,
want to go there?
Yeah, get a quick shout out here and talk baseball in a couple of days. Thaddeus Moody he says, Jim Hicks, can I get a thank you? And the Houston Astros, thank you from you and the Astros on my Chicago White Sox shutting out the Oakland A's yesterday. Yes, you may get a thank you. And we definitely give thank you to the White Sox on that. And Astros lose yesterday. But an Astros loss is not really a loss as long as the Oakland A's lose. They're in second place. They're 2.5 games behind. So they lose, we lose. It's a wash.
Robert Reiser said y'all leaking oil over there, but I'm just,
you know
I'm
what,
just
though?
saying.
You know what? The Astros, and this has been the problem all year. And this is a good headache to have. And I'll explain to you guys why, give you something that way you can take it to happy hour or whatnot, and you know, and maybe earn a good drink off of it. The Astros have all this season struggled against subpar teams. Subpar teams. For example, Astros have won 70 games this year. 70 games. They're in first place. But they're 17-14. They're slightly a snippet over 500 against teams that are 450 and below. Meaning that, and we just lost 2 straight to the Kansas City Royals, who are in smack dead last in their division. 2 straight to them. Only scored 1 run yesterday. So that means, here's why I say it's a good headache to have. It's because when the Astros make the playoffs, Heather, they don't have to play any team that's sub 450. They don't have to worry about playing those teams no more. They don't have to worry about not playing down to the competition. Everybody whom they play will have as many or more wins this season. So the one thing about it, we play up when it's time to stand up against teams this season, the Astros. So that's what I meant when I say you have a good headache to have. We ain't got to worry about this stuff once we can make it to the playoffs. Meanwhile, mind you, the Houston Astros, I think Brantley is out of our first baseman is out of the lineup. Our third baseman is out of the lineup. And, you know, and we're still, guys are coming up. Next man up has been performing for the Astros. I like what we see, just that the consistency, the consistent, how would you say, lackluster performances against these mediocre teams, it has to turn around. You got to beat them dudes like you're supposed to beat them. Now, Going over to the other side of the thing, the Dodgers are hot right now in the National League, but so is the San Francisco Giants. Now, I think that the Dodgers, the thing is, San Diego is struggling right now. And they are, remember, Tatis has been in, he's been out. He had 2 home runs when he came back the other day.
4 for 5. Hold up, 4 for 5, and he was out since July the 30th, and he came back the other day. It was 4 for 5 and hit 2 home runs. Give him his whole thing, because I know about him. Yeah, now you can talk. Now you can talk.
Well, guess what, Hal? Guess what? They keep messing around. He'll have a couple of months off.
Let me tell you something, Jimmy. Jimmy, y'all don't understand. I told you I just like Tatis. And then the girl, hey, I won't talk about that. The girl gonna name him. You in another court case with another dude, and you gonna name, you gonna do it. You gonna drop the other man's name in there. You gonna drop Tatis. I was with Tatis too. Did you see that? The girl in Trevor Bauer's a case, and she gonna tell the judge, Tatis and his other picture, they didn't do me like Bauer. Man, leave that man's name out your mouth, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't want to go there, but leave Tatis alone, Jimmy. If you ain't got nothing good to say about Tatis, just don't say nothing. Right? That's my nephew for real. Hey, I got a little Dominican in me, I guess. Yeah. Jimmy, you remember you said you was half white one time. You said you got a little white in you. I can have some Dominican. I can have a little Dominican in me. No, I'm sorry, man. What else you talking about? Come on, talk about your Astro.
Well, we're talking about the National League and about the Dodgers and the San Diego. The thing is, remember, in the playoffs, they take the top 3 division winners plus the next 2.
Okay.
So 5 teams make the playoffs in baseball this year. Last year, they took like 16 teams because of the COVID, the fragmented season. But so that means the 2 wild cards plus the division winners. The Dodgers are pretty much a lock. I mean, don't get it twisted. Anything can happen. But they're looking good. But San Diego, you have to realize, they're only 2 games ahead of Cincinnati. Cincinnati is, been teetering, but, that ain't a lock right now. 2.5 games out. But they find themselves 6.5 games behind the Dodgers. Dodgers are good. They're going to make the playoffs. They're good mean good shape. On the American League side, the Yankees now, that's the thing. The 3 division winners get a spot plus the next 2 wild cards. So as it stands, if the season ended today, Tampa Bay would be in, Astros would be in, the White Sox would be in.
Jimmy, right? I got to ask you a question, Jimmy. Jeff Passan, I don't know why. I guess I do like baseball a little because I follow him on Twitter. He said something, and I want you to share. And it might hurt my team. Because what you just said, I remember he said there are 7.5 really bad teams in Major League Baseball right now, Jimmy. He said, I look to see who plays them the most for the rest of the way. He said there is this offense, could have a demonstrable effect on the playoffs. Could the schedule be what puts Cincinnati in and San Diego out? Then he went and talked about them sorry teams and how Cincinnati get to play the sorry teams.
Where is he based out of?
I don't know. I don't know. I just follow.
What platform is he writing for?
I don't know. Baseball.
Look on his tag.
Okay.
What platform is he writing for?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. See, I don't be looking at all this.
You got to. You got to know where the person's coming from.
I just like him. I just like his information.
If your ass get to talking about Memphis, about Penny Hardaway in Memphis, then we got to look for it and see where the hell you come from. Then we understand why you talk like that about Penny Hardaway in Memphis.
So he's from Kansas City.
And who he talking about? Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So Kansas City folk always had a problem with Cincinnati folk. Always. Always.
He's an NBA, he's a Major League Baseball insider. I see him on TV all the time. He writes for ESPN. I mean, what the hell you want? I like Jeff Passan.
They did not make this schedule. Think about it. Major League Baseball did not make the schedule saying, I think we're gonna give Cincinnati an easy road toward the end.
No, that ain't what the thing was. See, Jimmy, you don't listen.
They gonna play.
You know what? I done really
found
out. You just don't listen. You just don't listen. All the man said was they got 7.5 horrible baseball teams. I got a question. Would you agree with that? 7.5 terrible baseball teams.
But that's in any sport.
Okay. So that's true. That's a fact, right? Is that true? Okay. Then he said the awfulness of those 17.5 teams could play a part in this playoff race.
Because Cincinnati got to play against them, and that'll get them in the playoffs. Because that's what I'm saying to you. So they did not do the schedule. You saying I was not listening?
Jimmy,
yes, I was.
Jimmy, I'm not from Kansas City, and I agree with this.
That ain't what I'm talking about. You just accused me of not listening.
Okay.
Which you not doing. And I just told you I got every bit of that. Every bit of that, meaning that means the article insinuates that Cincinnati is going to have a weak leg of the schedule coming up.
Yes.
They did. And I said the Major League Baseball did not do their schedule saying, we're going to give Cincinnati a mulligan. We're going to help them out down the stretch.
No, ain't nobody, he didn't imply that in this. That ain't what I got out of this. I got out of it. He explained to me because Robert Haddle was looking for information. Because guess what? I like Tatis. Whenever you mention Tatis' team, I'm going to listen. So he said, Tatis, to me, this is what I got out of it. Tatis might not get in the playoffs because of them terrible-ass teams that can't play. But the only team them terrible teams can beat is the Astros. That's what I got out of it.
Well, the Astros is in the American League. San Diego is in the National League. The Astros have zero to do with San Diego making the playoffs or not. Zero to do with that. San Diego, understand something. I don't think you quite understand. San Diego, I need you to pull up their roster. And I'm gonna for real, pull up their roster. You and look at their. I'm not
gonna do it.
Look at their pitching staff.
I don't care. I don't care about them.
San Diego, of the teams in Major League Baseball, there's no more than 2 other teams in baseball that have more Cy Young winners probably on their roster right now than San Diego. So you got everything you want. You got Manny Machado. You got him. You got Tatis. Tatis done played more games than he's
hurt though, Jimmy.
Okay, Mookie Betts was hurt too. The Dodgers ain't crying. Wasn't Mookie hurt a nice chunk of the season? Dodgers wasn't crying.
I'm just letting he been hurt. Listen, I'm crying.
Hey, one thing about baseball,
I'm crying.
One thing about baseball, ain't no one man show in baseball.
All I can tell you,
ain't no one man show in baseball.
Is Verlander coming back this year?
Well, he could, if he could, but I don't. It just depends. He could. He very well could.
I just don't. Hey, I just want you and Minden them that be on a little more. I need. Okay, do they play again tonight? I need them to lose by 3 or 4 more games. How many games they out? How many games they out of first place? I mean, how many games they ahead in first place?
You mean the Dodgers, huh?
No, I'm talking about the Astros.
Because the Astros ain't out of first place.
I'm talking about,
we've been running that thing.
Okay, excuse me. How many games they are ahead in first place? 1, 2, 1.
2.5. 2.5.
That's all.
What do you mean? I don't think you understood something. I just was explaining. Remember I told you about listening? You brought up listening. I'm gonna bring up a case in point. When you cut me off, I was just explaining to people about who makes the wild card and how the 3 teams that make it from each division that win the division. Well, guess what, buddy? The Astros don't have to win their division and will still make the wild card. Just like the Dodgers. The Dodgers ain't gonna win their division, right? And guess what? It should be no worries.
Excuse me.
The Astros are in the same boat the Dodgers are in
Can I
in
interject?
regards to not having a worry.
Can I interject just a little? I just want to. Well, why you keep bragging about they in first place then if it don't matter?
Because look at what we're doing without our home run leader. Look what we're doing without our home run leader.
Y'all got
Dude,
dusted.
Take your home run lead off each one of them teams that you like. Take, and they don't have a chance. Our home run leader ain't played diddly this year. And guess what? We're doing it without him. Bregman, talking about.
Bregman, why they got him in Triple A so long? Double A, why?
No, he relapsed his injury. He re-aggravated his injury. So he had to go back through the motion.
That was y'all best player?
That's our home run leader.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
And we without him. So you name a team that their home run leader can sit down this many games and they still remain in first place. We in good shape. We in good shape. And realize you go through AAA. That's part of assignment. That's kind of like you go in everybody. And our AAA for Houston happens to be in Houston,
the Skeeters.
Sugar Land Skeeters. So that means that you basically get to go play a little baseball and and get some kinks out, get your rhythm and your timing back. Well, Bregman, when he came back 2 weeks ago, or was attempting to,
He got hurt. He had to hurt with the Skeeters?
No. He aggravated his injury, and then plus what I think they really didn't need him. This little kid named Diaz that was coming in, he was hitting that damn ball, Hal. So that means now you don't need to push him in. You need him to come in when he's 100%. And guess what else he did? Bregman had just struck out like 2 of the 3 plate appearances for the Sugar Land Skeeters the day before they put him on the shelf. His rhythm wasn't there yet. Let him get his rhythm back. Let him at least the fans packing the Sugar Land Skeeters Stadium to see Bregman. And he ain't hit. He went like he probably only got like 1, maybe 2 hits the whole time he was up there. He was down there. So he'll be all right. He'll be all right. Trust me. Then Yuri Gurriel is the other player. Our first baseman. Yuri has been out. Dude, we got sticks in Astros line. I keep telling you, that's the best offense in baseball this year. Now, not yesterday, but best offense in baseball. You go take the Yankees or the Dodgers all you want to. Go look at the numbers and add them up yourself. Look at that batting average. We get so now enough for the baseball.
Okay.
Let's get on and switch gears.
Because you and Mindy don't know nothing. You and Mindy, I can tell you and Mindy don't know nothing about baseball. Because y'all still like the Astros. Y'all don't understand to do like me. Hey, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. Okay, come on. What's the next? What's the next subject, buddy? She telling me I'm trying to push your buttons.
Now, of course, on yesterday afternoon we didn't touch it, but it released. The NBA released their schedule. Well, not their schedule. They gave you some sneak peeks into their schedule. And we find out that the Golden State Warriors will open up at the Lakers. So you get Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. This Golden State team, I don't dislike them. But I'm kind of rooting for him this year because I know you have to feel a degree of disrespect for when people are naming the big threes and they get past those 3 teams, get to the 4th one, Golden State, people not even mentioning them. And
Jimmy, they didn't make the playoffs last year.
No, I'm talking about the big 3 did not play last year for Golden State.
Well, they ain't got but a big 1 right now. Them other 2.
I'm talking about going into this season. There's nothing. They got a big 3 right now.
Who the third one?
Draymond is still
down Draymond Green.
Draymond is very serviceable.
You always talk about he's terrible. Now he's
no. Without Klay, it is one-dimensional. Now with Klay, Draymond has another guy that can get him 3 extra assists.
Okay. All right. We got a big 2.
He can get 3 extra assists with a Klay in there.
We got a big 2.
No. Who?
Stephon and Klay.
You say we.
I ain't gonna never leave Stephon Curry. You got to be out your mind.
Now, Draymond is still, put it like this. Draymond is just as much a third for the value to that team.
As who?
The value. The
As
value.
who?
You pick the third or any one of them. The value to the Golden State.
You tell me.
Until they all play again. And Draymond's productivity, remember, for his role with the big three is not in points per game. Mm-hmm. His role is going to be flirting with a triple-double.
He ain't no big three then. Big three, you don't have to have caveats like you do. Big three, you don't have to have adjectives. He got to do this. Big three, you just say, hey, big three. You ain't got to say, well, he adds this and he adds this. Jimmy, he's a half. He ain't no big three.
So tell me this. So before Kevin Durant came to the team,
right,
that was Golden State's trio of Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green was dubbed as the big three in basketball, in the NBA. So Jimmy, how was that dubbed the big three?
Jimmy, times changed.
And then when Kevin Durant left, they were still dubbed as the big three.
Can I answer the question? Draymond Green was an all-star then. His ass ain't even 12th string. He ain't nothing now. He was an all-star back then, Jimmy. Right now, he's an add-on. I love it. You gotta understand, Stephen Curry, y'all, is my favorite player on the planet. Okay? Stephen Curry. Then it's that other guy that y'all don't like. I ain't gonna call his name. So keep on going with the schedule. He got a restaurant too. Keep on going.
But now, once again, speaking of Draymond Green, if Draymond Green can flirt with that triple-double, which that means he would have to turn back, it's possible because he's going to be wide open enough. He's going to be available enough.
He open for a reason.
That he's going to be open enough. So you're talking about what? A bucket each quarter plus a pair of free throws? That's 10 points.
Listen, he all right, Jimmy. I don't consider him a big three anymore. Jimmy, sometimes Father Time is undefeated. Sometimes you're not as good as you were 5 years ago or 3 or 4 years ago. Sometimes in basketball that happens. That's all.
Alan, so you saying if Draymond Green don't average a double-double, then that's not qualifying for part of that big three?
If he averages a double-double? No, I just don't consider, Jimmy, I ain't said numbers. I don't listen to read my lips. I don't consider him as a big three right now in his career. I just don't.
You don't. It's an incomplete because they hadn't played together in 2 years as a team.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Those three.
I got a question. I don't care that you saying he is. How in the hell you gonna try to make me not say
I'm telling you that I just said what I just said. You're not listening again. I said, do you know what I said? Incomplete. It's incomplete.
So that means
That means your grade is going to come this season. It's incomplete. You don't know what he's capable of doing. Right now, he don't flunk. You're not can say that he doesn't make the grade. You this right now, all eyes are on Draymond. Dude, that dude averaged damn near 9 assists a game this year. I say it again. He averaged damn near 9 assists per game this year. I bet many of y'all didn't know that. You can look it up. He flirted with a triple-double. So I'm saying that was without Klay Thompson. I'm saying Klay is worth 3 more assists.
Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double, and they done traded his ass twice in 2 seasons. Let me repeat that. Since you want to throw us damn useless ass stat out there. What
player did Russell Westbrook play with this year that was good as Steph Curry?
You talk about he averaged 9 assists, almost 9 assists, whatever you said. And I bet you y'all didn't believe that. Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double, and he got traded twice. He wasn't even all NBA. So you telling me about a guy averaging 9 assists? Come on, man.
Dude, all
Come on.
NBA
Come on, man.
and all of that and other stuff. A lot of that comes with when the voters vote.
Come on, man.
Winning tilts a lot of that into favor. The Washington Bullets were barely a playoff team this year.
Washington Wizards. Don't say Bullets.
I call them the Bullets. You ain't want nothing to be the Wizards. So just once again, remember, just pay attention. The Golden State at the Lakers, October the 19th. Brooklyn at Milwaukee, October the 19th. So that means that's a doubleheader that night. Brooklyn and Milwaukee plays first. Ooh-wee. Golden State and the Lakers followed up, both on TNT. They making sure whatever you have going on that night, you better hope that on a lot of basketball fans or basketball purists or supporters or followers will be expected to be present, because they're gonna be watching their cell phones. They're gonna be watching. They're gonna be trying to get to a TV. That's a Tuesday night, October the 19th, and I'm thinking y'all remind us as we get in about a month. We'll go and we might put something together for at least for the first game. Getting too late in the night, a chop shop, look, swore away for you guys to come and sip and socialize with us prior on that evening, October the 19th. Some of y'all might want to call in work. We're not going to stay there for both games. Maybe halftime of the Laker game, probably, depending on how good that Milwaukee game is. Happy hour, we get it in. We'll let y'all know details later. Keep some of y'all remind us, whoever's down with that and that sound good, we can galvanize and put this thing in motion so we can know how much space we need, how much real estate we need. Also, on opening week, they got Boston at New York on the 20th. That's the next day. Denver at Phoenix on that 20th. That's a doubleheader. It ain't as tasty as that first night. Now on the 21st, another doubleheader. Dallas and Atlanta. They give you Luka versus Trey. Remember, they both were drafted and traded for each other on draft night a couple of years ago, right? You got the Clippers at Golden State. So Golden State get to open up. They'll play their first home game on the 21st. That's a doubleheader. Then you go to the 22nd, another doubleheader. Brooklyn at Philadelphia. Philadelphia, we know there's going to be a new look in that offense. Some more new looks, put it like that, coming soon. And Phoenix will be at the Lakers. That's a doubleheader. Christmas Day. How about this? Christmas Day, Atlanta at New York. Remember the Trae Young and being the villainized in New York when he lit them up in the playoffs. The NBA was only right to give us Atlanta at New York again. That's the first game of that. What is a quintuple header? Boston at Milwaukee, Golden State at Phoenix, Brooklyn at the Lakers, Dallas at Utah caps it up. Pretty good. I can see me watching 3 of those 5, 3.5 of those 5. What you guys think on that? Now, speaking of first day, a shift, and guys, and give you some scholastic news. Houston Independent School. First of all, you guys know the governor of Texas tested positive for COVID on yesterday. He went out his way to show you that he has no symptoms. But however, that mandate is still in effect for a lot of, they're going through legal ping pong on the legalities of the students in a lot of school districts around Texas, whether or not they should or permitted to exercise their freedom to not wear a mask. Well, how about this? There's one school district that went and found a loophole in the law. And this particular school district, not only they found a loophole in the rule or the law, that is, guess what they did? They went and added the face mask as part of their uniform. So now the face mask is part of the uniform, which in turns that enables them to legally go and be able to get it done, to be able to wear a mask in that particular school district. So it's a district. This particular district is I think it's up in, I want to say, East Texas. So once again, stay tuned on all of this. Meanwhile, Houston Independent School District, their new athletic director, Millard House. Millard House announced on Monday. You know, there's a lot. HISD has about approximately over 300 teacher vacancies because of teachers exercising for one reason or another, based on the surrounding the COVID. So he's a new superintendent. I think he came over from somewhere in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. And he says every one of those vacancies will be filled by a certified teacher going into first day of school. Meaning he went and assigned, you know how you go and you get a pay raise, you get a promotion, you work at a high school, then you go to the central office. Well, the central office of Houston Independent School District, a lot of those people were former history teachers. They got a promotion. They're hobnobbing right now. They don't have to go and deal with and work directly around kids every day. They still have certification. Some of them. The ones who do, they now are reassigned back into the classroom until those jobs are filled with permanent teachers. According to Millard House, HISD is not going to start the school term with permanent substitutes in a classroom. What do you guys think about that? You know how many pissed off administrators there are right now and workers in HISD there are right now who really, you know, now guess what? You can retire. That's an option. But and yes, the superintendent of HISD, not the athletic director, the superintendent, Millard House, is who I'm talking about, who made this directive throughout the whole district. And they're going to do some virtual stuff for those kids now that test positive. They have to still go to virtual school under HISD. Me personally, I like this. I like it. Because if you're a teacher, you're an administrator, you're an educator, then you're part of a team. You're part of that fraternity. And all you hear from most educators all the time is you hear the same thriller. And that is, it's about these babies. It's all about these kids. If something happened, we love our babies. Well, guess what? Your babies need you right now. Your babies can't afford to be sit there in the classroom with a temporary sub or a permanent sub going into expecting them to get through the lesson plans. And you know how it is. We've all been in classrooms with substitute teachers. They're not respected by the kids. They can't enforce much. And they're just sitting there, they're like sitting ducks. I like this move. And those that don't get it, they will show their hand. You really ain't give a shit about these kids anyway. It's not saying This is your permanent job. You're being demoted. They're asking you to fill a gap. For example, if I'm doing a basketball event with RCS Sports, and let's say one of my person that's working the door, they get sick. They got to go to the restroom. They got to go to the house. They're sick. They got to go. And I don't have nobody covering my door. Guess what's going to happen? I got to make a decision. And if I can't make the proper decision that includes a replacement, guess who got to cover that door? I got to go sit my ass at that door and give you an armband and keep on rolling. If somebody ain't doing the score clock and somebody didn't show up that morning, guess what? I got to go do the score. I'm certified in being a scorekeeper or book clock keeper. Yeah, I'm certified, so to speak, in keeping the door, giving you an armband and changing money out and counting your change. So guess what? If that's part of being on the team, Doug Jones has been working many of our events. You guys may have often saw him sitting at the scores table. Know what that means? Something probably happened to one of our scorekeepers. Sandra will fire your ass on the spot. She's sent many of them home. You guys that know that work with our RCS Sports event. Y'all don't know if you're a regular casual spectator. She's fired many folk right on the spot. And guess who got happened? You might see Doug Jones might be at the scores table, just chilling, keeping the score. That means he's part of the team. You fill the gap. So HISD, I don't know Millard House, but I applaud this move, man. Good move for him and showing and Sid coming in and making a. Now it's gonna rattle a few cages. People gonna be pissed off at him. But once again, if they have these babies in mind, then that's the right thing to do. They're the most qualified people, certified. This school term is gonna be rugged this year, man. It's gonna be rugged. Already you have people that are fighting just common sense. The governor is going all in to not require people to wear masks. People that voted for this governor have people in the hospitals that have been sick. Some had even died. And you praised his values. And this was one of them, the freedom. Then sometimes the freedom don't have common sense with it.
Jimmy, I just thought about something. I sit there and listen to you. I just had some stuff going on, but I sit there and listen, and I don't have any kids in school anymore. But you know what I had thought? I said to myself, and I was thinking about somebody else had written this. And said, I'm thinking about going to school board meetings myself, man. Can't let the dumbest people in the room continue to set the tone of the conversation. And the reason I say this, because I go see this kind of stuff right here, Jimmy. Y'all, this the kind of people are showing up at the board meeting in San Diego. They probably set at the school board meetings here. They probably doing the same thing here. Check this out, y'all.
Of your back, and they should be begging you to do the right thing. You're about to open a pit of hell. You do not get a vaccine passport put on us. You know, as the population who's in control, you know that the people who are the politicians, once you get a power, you will never relinquish it. Do you think that the 4 feet of marble that holds you above high in this chamber will help you from the fate of humanity which you are unleashing? No! It won't! Your children and your children's children will be subjugated! They will be asked!
Jimmy, that's the kind of stuff that's going around America. We just in Houston. This is the kind of stuff that's going on in these board meetings, man. And what I keep trying to tell people, thank you, Dr. Newsom. But if we're not showing up at the board meetings, and these the people that's showing up there, we got to Kim said he was spitting in the mic. Jimmy, it's a difference. A lot of people don't understand. It's a difference between misinformation and disinformation. And a lot of people, and the internet is inundated with it. Jimmy, it's a man came on, I think I was watching some show the other day. Man came on and said, he made a statement talking about religious reasons to do this, religious reasons. If you got a religious reason or you got a medical reason to not wear a mask, get vaccinated, right? So the guy asked him, well, where did you get that information from? Well, I saw somebody on TV that said it the other day. Why you repeat? Listen, y'all. Those people on this mainstream TV, they are paid to set for their opinions. That don't mean it's true. That's why I kept saying it's a difference. And a lot of people don't know. Let me explain. Misinformation, okay? Let me explain. Would be a mistake, inadvertent in essence, okay? Disinformation is propaganda, and it's deliberate. Misinformation, Jimmy, can be an error. An error doesn't become a mistake until it's refused to be corrected. I'm sitting there watching all this misinformation it's disinformation. People are deliberately just saying stuff that and these people are just taking it. You remember I played it on here before. The lady said, the man said, well, where did you hear this? Well, I heard it on TV. But the Biden didn't win. He stole the election. The man said, where you read? I heard it on TV. These people believe what these people be tweeting. And just because they got a blue check, ladies and gentlemen, don't mean they know what the hell they talking about. It's crazy, man. Jimmy, it kills me when I see stuff like that. They let this guy speak at a school board meeting. Because what? Guys like us not showing up. I ain't got no kids. Kids in school. I'm going to start showing up. I've never been to a school board meeting. But when you got these clowns like that in there, I got to be there. So if enough of us talking, his ass won't have a time to talk. If enough of us just taking the mic, he won't have time to talk. Just telling you. You people with kids, man, we got to get proactive in this stuff and quit being so reactive all the time. I just wanted to share that, Jimmy, since you went there.
Yeah, and that's good stuff. And I was just responding to Gary Carter, and he asked the question: is a substitute teacher that goes in on the first day of school, isn't that your real teacher? And so it can be deemed that way, but I think the focus point from Miller's House, the superintendent of HISD, wasn't the focal point. The focus point was making sure that he does everything in his power to have certified teachers in place when the first day of school start. Not whether the substitute is going to be at, because that's what they call them long-term subs. Here's the thing, and a lot of guys may not know. My mom was a teacher for 37 years. And substitute teachers were often not fully certified. They come to work and they roughly get half the pay for sitting there with the same nappy-head kids all day. So if you come into work and got to deal with these same kids, the paper on the wall, the certification, passing that test will enable you to get full salary. So basically he's saying full salaried people. And I know back in the days, you could be striving towards your certification and still, once you get a certain length of the way, and they'll deem you as a sub. They'll call you in, and some people. So in other words, think of it like this. If many of you guys can point fingers at non-public institutions such as Legacy, the School of Sports Science, And that was, remember, we had this on the Chop Shop about a year and a half ago. People, we know, they was talking about their academics and their standings with the TEA, the Texas Education Agency. And it became knowledge that that several of their teachers were not certified. Well, what's the difference if you can complain and want to point the finger at legacy, but if you're housing in your school district, if they're not certified and they're long-term subs, so to speak, the different name, you're playing the same role. Well, in your school district, those people aren't certified, maybe long-term subs, but you're pointing the finger at them. So this is one of the reasons why I think this school superintendent is saying, you know what, all hands on deck. Everybody got to come and fill these gaps. So hope that kind of helps a little bit.
And Alex, do me a favor, Alex, because you posted on this screen. You got my email address. Send me, since you made a statement like that, Alex Sestero, send me those 5 different conflicting statements on vaccines and booster shots in the last 72 hours and the source that you got it from. Please send it to him, because if you're going to post this on here, I want you to post it. I'm going to vet what you put on this damn screen, because people will look at this screen, okay? And if I don't check it, you send me, since you got those, and it just happened in the last 72 hours, send me those 5 different conflicting statements that you so boldly put on this feed, and we're going to talk about them next week. Please do that for me. Thank you. What else, Jimmy? What else you got?
Yeah, so that was that on that. But make sure, guys, once again, pay attention, man. Be aware, man. This is the best time to This is not the time to sit idle and if you got a chance to voice your thoughts, you have a chance to voice your opinion. One of the things about the Chop Shop, you guys it's not your job to agree with everybody on the Chop Shop. You go and you challenge. I like it when you challenge each other for accountability. So so that means it's not, and that way now what it does, it will encourage folk to make sure they come correct.
Yes, sir.
Or don't come at all with your intel or your thoughts. You know, remember, Walter Yates.
We don't supposed to call his name on Wednesday, Jimmy.
Huh?
We don't supposed to call the women don't want us to call his name on. Just say that guy we don't supposed to talk about on Wednesday.
No. That was during the first hour. Remember on the back nine, you couldn't say it during the first hour.
Oh, okay,
we're on the back nine.
Okay.
We're on the back nine. We're on the back nine. We're officially on the back nine.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So Walt Yates, remember this. Remember during a year ago in 2020, we endured, that was one of the most stressful years of my adulthood in regard to, because the election stuff was going on, plus the pandemic stuff was going on. And then, so you don't know, this was like, I think the last time that America had such a stress-related year was 1999. It was 1999. And that is raining real bad on this side of town.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Boy, I heard.
You know how Houston is. That means it's going to be rain on your side of town. And
I don't need nothing, man. I got down to hit that golf ball, man.
The rain cometh. You best believe that. So understand, 1999 was, remember, the Y2K fears. Think about how the fear of the unknown was planted in everybody in 99. They had people going and withdrawing all their money out the banks. The market crashed a little bit. Everything in the financial industry is the foundation of our whole society. So back to this stuff right here. You got to find a way to educate yourself. And if you believe in something, then guess what? Don't stop just because you believe it. You want to keep making sure that your beliefs are substantiated with facts. Now, I mentioned Walter Yates a while ago. Yeah. Walter Yates was one of the persons that was persuaded that he never needed a vaccine.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, you can talk about Walter.
And just said less than 72 hours ago, Walter Yates went and broke down and got a vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? It doesn't, that part doesn't matter.
I don't shame nobody if they don't get it.
It don't
Jimmy.
matter to me whether
That's
you
a
didn't.
personal choice. Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me where you get it. My thing is this: for those of you, and I say it again, who don't want to get it, just the thing is the respect factor. That's my problem. If you don't want to get it, that means you don't want to mask up. It's almost like, and if you coming in front of somebody and you don't know their beliefs, and you should at least respect their space. But meaning, well, sit your ass over there if you want to take it down, or if they invite you to take it down. Now, of course, if you get ready to eat, two different things, and you're drinking something. But if you're coming and meeting somebody, you're supposed to respect their space. Me, I'm gonna at least have my thing in my hand. If I don't have it on, I tie mine around my wrist. That way I don't forget it. I just let it dangle from my wrist a lot of time. Or I tuck it inside my long sleeve shirt. If I got a long sleeve on, I let it around my wrist and just tuck it in like a little tucker. That way nobody know you have it on up under there. When you need it, whip it out, keep rolling. That's the part. And then the guys that if it affects you, the COVID, and you find yourself in a situation where you are needing dire medical attention, I don't want to hear you sitting there crying, talking about, man, y'all all should take it. I don't want to hear that shit now.
You know what?
We're not listening to you.
I'm just
now.
talking about something. Okay, keep going. I thought about something.
Hold on.
I'm just talking about these, I'm just sick of the preventable deaths. The preventable deaths. That's kind of getting to me, Jimmy. People saying that they don't know what's in the vaccine, but they have done hard drugs, smoked cigarettes, drank a whole lot of liquor for 50 years, but choose the vaccine as something they didn't want in their bodies. I mean, it's okay, but it's kind of weird to me, Jimmy. It's just kind of weird. And they got one professional team. I'm just going through all my vaccine notes, Jimmy, because we ain't talked about this in a long time. The Atlanta Falcons are the first and only team in the NFL to have 100% of its players vaccinated. I'm gonna go. I got another. I told you I got vaccine notes that I just haven't even shared with y'all, and I'm all right if you don't. I'm good, but people are really arguing with science about science. This is the problem I have, Jimmy. That's like me coming and arguing with you. Jimmy, I ain't never gave no damn event before. But I'm finna go argue with you about a goddamn event. Fauci ain't this and Fauci ain't this. They went through 7 administrations. He been all right then. But now, how you gonna argue with a scientist about a scientist? Listen, check this out. My decision, I'm just giving y'all some stuff that I just took notes about. My decision to drive 125 miles an hour in a school zone does not affect anyone's health and safety. You got to be out your damn mind. If I'm driving 120 miles, y'all driving 100, and Jimmy just said, at least be masked up and keep your ass away from everybody else. You're driving 125 in a school zone, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care if you don't. I don't care. Listen, I ain't never said, you should get the vaccine. You should never on this show we can say. I just said keep all of those crazy ass opinions to yourself. When you got information like Alex, I just asked Alex, if you're going to make a statement talking about it's been 5 different, send to my email, send me those 5 different things and the sources so I can vet the sources. I can vet the sources. Y'all, we got to just get smart. If this stuff, y'all think this stuff ain't killing people, it is. It is. Somebody close to all of us has been affected by this thing, man. So that's all. I mean, yes, wash your hands, wear your mask. You should be doing that anyway. But Jimmy, you know what? You don't kill me. This before the vaccine, right? I go to the doctor, right? Go to see somebody. They're in the hospital. Jimmy, The doctor. Jock, this before the vaccine, everybody. The doctor walks in the room with a mask on, go over there and wash his hands about 30 seconds, put on some gloves, and then go see the patient. Let me repeat this. Before the vaccine, this before the pandemic, when I used to go to the hospital, because I don't go to the hospital too much now with them, you know. So, Jimmy, I used to say, wait a minute. The doctors in the operating room, Jimmy, all of them got masks. Why they got on masks? If these germs won't, why they got on masks? You got on mask. This shit is from over in Japan. I used to see Jimmy on the golf course before the pandemic. I always saw the little Asian ladies and the men on the golf course with a mask on. Jimmy, I didn't know what the hell they was doing. I ain't never asked them. They didn't want y'all these germs. So it's crazy, man. It's unbelievable. The propaganda, Jimmy, and the misinformation and the disinformation that's out there. That's all. It's a lot of it. Thank you, Ty Bowdy. It's a lot of misinformation and disinformation. And then the first thing, my daughter's best friend, my daughter's best friend, but I work in the healthcare field. Your ass ain't no epidemiologist. You ain't winning stuff. Your name ain't Kizzy Corbett, who helped develop the black lady who helped Women Rock Wednesday, who helped develop, the lead person on the Moderna vaccine. Your name ain't Kizzy Corbett. But now you want to out-science the scientists. Jimmy, let me tell you something. Before that damn fool got in office, that some of these same people voted for his ass or didn't go vote, I ain't never hear nobody question science. Jimmy, go back. Jimmy, we didn't even know who Fauci was under those other administrations. But now everybody is a freaking expert and putting their little crap on this screen like we gonna pay attention to what you saying on this screen. Unbelievable. This not what you do. That's right. I tell you, I'm walking there. I'll go get my event, Jimmy, and don't nobody show up. I ain't got no team. I got all these people in there. Ain't nobody coming to the door. I ain't listening to Jimmy. I didn't listen to Buff. I didn't listen to Pangos. I didn't listen to none of them guys. I just come over here and come on, y'all. We got to be smarter than this, man. We got to just be. I know sometimes y'all just so brilliant, but if you haven't studied this thing, tell me they changed. They said a long time ago. I remember they said it's a fluid situation. Well, how did they get it? How did they get it passed through so quick? They had money. Government said unlimited resources. They already been studying this stuff. They just had to tweak something for this variant and that variant. They already had this technology. If you go and read and constantly read, you'll find out this stuff been there. I'm just, do what you want. See, everybody always, bless you. That's why I never give y'all no opinions about this stuff. Because I'm not an epidemiologist. I just don't want people spreading misinformation and disinformation on this safe space. This is a safe space that Jimmy and I are responsible for, not nobody else. That's all I'm saying. Jimmy, I'm sorry. I hate that you got into it, Jimmy. I really, I know you. I know about these kids going to school. I hate you guys, but these people just everybody. See, look, everybody's an expert. If your ass was that good at your job, maybe you wouldn't even have time to watch the damn Chop Shop. I never forget, Jimmy. I'm talking to Ferrari people, the people who own Ferrari and the people who own Rolls Royce, Jimmy. And I said, why don't y'all never have no commercial? Why don't y'all advertise? You know what he told me, Jimmy? Dudes who own these cars and buy these cars, they ain't got time to watch no damn TV. They ain't watching no TV. Guys that got these cars, they ain't watching no TV. They ain't got time. So y'all, let's let the scientists be the scientists. Like we have the past your life. Trump and his regime has got everybody not trusting the science. Come on, man. What else we got? Jimmy, what's the next subject? Let's get into high school. Let's get into something good. That's all.
Yeah, we about to get in there, but I just wanted to add something at the end.
Yeah, add it, baby, add it.
Different people have the, you believe in what you want to believe in.
Yes.
Just hold yourself for your choice. For every choice, there's a consequence, whether it be good or bad. So that's the thing. And the thing that's crazy that, lastly, there are scientists that are going and conflicting each other on purpose.
They do.
So,
Jimmy, don't you know?
If you believe the scientists at Ben Taub and I believe the scientists at LBJ, two different scientists, both of them are scientists, but they have conflicting thoughts, and
that's why it's called science.
So that means that somebody, that's the whole thing. Your decision to be influenced by whatever intel you gather, there could be a consequence. I was influenced by somebody to get a vaccine shot. At the time, they had other people telling me that the vaccine was basically going to plant some damn, it'll be a Tuskegee experiment part 2. And my thing was, and I give you this, guys, so you really understand, like, part of my play. As effed up as the country is right now, if I know that I can die from this shot, and if I know a nice percentage of the population who supported this previous president's, subscribed to his theories when it comes to different things, if their ass was going to, we all can go together in the same boat. I put a Jesus moment in for their ass. So that's why I look at it. So with that being said, if the governor want to go to a gala and don't wear a mask, and his constituents and his supporters want to come in and don't wear a mask, I don't know what I'm just gonna tell you the truth. I'm like, go. Y'all cough on each other. Y'all go hug each other and kiss me, blowing each other ear. Matter of fact, somebody go light up a joint and pass that damn thing around the horn. I swear I'm telling you, that's how I'm thinking. I just shared a good moment with you guys. I can sit on the chop shop because I'm telling you, that's my thought. That's my personal thought. And I'm dead serious. I really believe I ain't the only one that feel that way. The more of them that get that COVID and die, that's less voters. So let them all go and do. Let their ass go to school together. And they don't want to. Matter of fact, that's what they ought to do. That might be a good idea. HISD, change the campus up. Make one campus be for all non-masked, with all the non-masked teachers, and let they unmasked ass go to school at one school building together.
That might be the way. Jimmy, but when they ask, hold up, when all of these know-it-alls get sick, they go straight to the hospital where the scientists at. Hold up, Jimmy. The science at the hospital. That's part of science. They go. Oh my God. I mean, hey, y'all, hey, Dr. Newsom, Mindy, y'all cover y'all ears, man, because somebody told me this. I took a note, Jimmy, and I went past. They said, Jimmy, somebody said this, sent me this. Hold up, Jimmy. He said, Robert, hold up. What I do with it? I started laughing. Jimmy, he said, a lot of these, they said, don't get you. Mindy, stop your ears up. Dr. Newsom, stop your ears up. Hold up. Don't get your information from dumbmothereffer.com. So that need to be trademarked because a lot of these people are getting their information from dumbmothereffer. I couldn't say it, y'all. .com. Okay, and that's what's going on out here, Mindy. It's a lot of Coach Mindy. Jimmy, we're gonna end on this. Jimmy, I'm minding my business, man. At the car wash, waiting on my car to get finished, and this little girl talking. And I said, hey, she said, why you got the mask on? I said, why your ass ain't got it on? Little young girl, my daughter them age. Dr. Noose. I said, well, okay, I just got it on. She said, cause it don't matter. I said, what? Cause I'm not taking a vaccine because that's what they did at Tuskegee. I promise y'all, I just didn't have the strength that day. If she'd have caught me in my moment like this, see, from 12 to 2, I'm like this. But when 2 o'clock in, I got to switch into another mode. I know y'all just think I do this all the time. Hell no, you can't do this for 24 hours a day. So I just didn't have the energy, man. Jimmy, I just looked at it. I said, you know what I did? I did say, little mama, you need to look into that situation a lot more. I can tell, because I asked her, Jimmy, I said, what happened at Tuskegee? You know what happened. They shot them folks up, they shot them folks up with syphilis. I said, okay, all right, okay, all right, okay, all right. And I just left her alone. Bless her little heart, man. Bless her little heart out there, Jimmy. Jimmy, let's get to some good. Let's get, because we ain't gonna. Jimmy, you said, let me tell you something. Boy, I love what you just said. I ain't never think about that like that. Send all of them no vaccine and no mask wearing ass. Let's Jimmy, let's redistrict. Jimmy, let's have district. What's it? The different 28. Let's have a district 19 for COVID. A district COVID-19A for their ass, and put all of them in the same district. They can congregate. They can go home together. They can do whatever they want to do. And keep them somewhere isolated. That's a good one. I ain't never think about that one. That's a good one. I'm gonna use that one.
I mean, we always come up with some good ones every now and then. You come to play. You come to bat many times. You're bound to get a hit sooner or later. So what we have for you? Some quick before we get into the. I got some good. Amateur basketball news for you. Got a good boatload of wheelbarrow stuff for you.
I got a little bit
some
too.
Good red play. Okay. But meanwhile, update on I guess the soap opera that is turned into, and the clown show that is turned into with the Houston Texans and Deshaun Watson. And this is what
we have to talk about that mess.
No, I mean, if new revelations come out, of new news come out, then you know why?
Tony Busby, because, man, that's all it is Tony Busby. So we're going to talk about it.
It's more than just Busby right now.
Jimmy, the FBI, tell me what you got. Tell me what you got.
Well, Deshaun Watson has, according to his statement, it says all activities during his massage sessions were consensual.
That's not new. Keep going.
So that means everything you hear about he did, allegedly.
I believe
he's
that.
saying that if it did happen, you wanted it to happen.
I believe that.
You played a part in it happening. Well, you played a volunteering part in it happening. Mm-hmm. Now, here's what, in case you didn't miss, everybody don't live in Houston, so a lot of stuff don't make the front story in other cities. Well, on yesterday, it was revealed by Deshaun, by the attorney of the 23, approximately 23 complainants, that the FBI, the federal government, had contacted him and some of them about Deshaun Watson about this case and accusations. They questioned them. Well, so to this morning, Rusty Hardin, who's the attorney for Deshaun Watson, basically let it all out and say, well, hey, yo.
Jimmy, go with what Busby. Busby had it up, had to make the appearance. Him and Amy Dash, they came on. He came on her show, and he made the appearance that the FBI came and they was talking about what they trying to build a case against Deshaun Watson. And Rusty found out now.
That was allegedly, that's what was insinuated.
Yeah.
That the Busby, well, a lot of people don't know his name.
From the FBI.
The lady's attorney was insinuating that the feds were coming for Deshaun and to pick up this case or to go and get this case and upgrade into or whatnot. Well, Deshaun's attorney has rebuked that and basically saying, yes, I talked to the FBI. They came, they asked questions, but the questions that they asked and the interpretation that I got was that they were investigating a couple of those ladies for possible extortion.
Hello.
So that now that's the latest in the ping pong.
Jimmy, what about this one, Jimmy? What about this one? They tried to even say that they gonna try to charge him with trafficking.
That's when the federal stuff. That mean that would have made it federal.
Cause what? Why, Jimmy? Cause he flew the girl from Atlanta.
Yeah, across state line.
Got her a car and brought her to where he were. This dude trying all the stops out for to get this kid. But you know what though? I ain't gonna tell you no lie. The way Tony Busby, what his name, Rusty Hardin said, this thing that went 4 months and ain't nobody that said nothing. Tony Busby can't stand to not be in the news. He got to say something. Jimmy, hey, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Right now, I've been wavering, Jimmy. After the day, man, I don't know.
I understand something. I mean, right now I'm still on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I'm on the 50-yard line. Man, just Deshaun, Jimmy, because I know how women, Jimmy, I know how vindictive. Jimmy, I sit there and saw this woman try to Xander Kane's wife, the black hockey player. I had a whole thing of that. I got to go in my notes. But when they broke up, now she want to say he gambled. She ain't never said that he gambled on baseball, on hockey. He gambled on this. He did this and he did this and he did this and he did this. Man, let me tell you something. Nothing worse than a woman scorned. Now, if he hurt those girls or violate those girls, I'm with it. I'm on the side of the women. This Women Rock Wednesday. Y'all got to understand this. But I've been finding out it's a lot of women that's doing a lot of lying. I'm sitting there talking about, since we're bringing this up, Jimmy, I sit there, not Patrick's Kane, it's Xander Kane, man. Come on. Jimmy, I sit there and watched, I watched this Trevor Bauer situation. The girl talking about he just beat her. Then, but she failed to tell the people that in previous relationship with other athletes, she telling them she wanted rough. She telling them she wants you to do this to her, and this dude just took it to the extreme. But then she go in that courthouse and go mentioning Tatis and another guy. That's the lady I was talking about earlier. So Jimmy, I never said this because I was mad at Deshaun for putting himself in that position. Jimmy, because I know for a fact if he had paid these girls off a long time ago, Jimmy, this stuff would have went away. I know that. I'm just sitting there saying, that's what I'm mad about Deshaun about. Man, pay your bill, pay your P bills. Instead of your T bills, pay your P bill. And get that out the way. Because he got a little fetish. He's a weird little dude. Shoot, y'all didn't say that. Y'all still buying Amazon. And Jeff Bezos was sending his penis pics to women, but y'all still on Amazon Prime.
Well, Hal, that's a different allegation.
I understand. No, it's not to me.
That is a different allegation. A
Well,
person
send it
sending
pic.
the picture.
No.
That's not
Jimmy,
physical.
I'm not talking about the accusations. I'm saying that people have crazy fetishes. Some of y'all out here probably got some, but it's not in the public that somebody is messing with. That ain't nobody talking about Jimmy's fetish. Ain't nobody talking about Odyssey's fetishes. These guys are Deshaun just like massages. A lot of massages, Jimmy.
Yeah, but guess what? You know, like we saying, man, that's a lot of people. And I'm being generous to be on the 50-yard line with it. Simply because of the fact that I know what that attorney attempted to do towards a lot of the black community, how he made a failed attempt during the mayor election in Houston, which he was the runner up, and he attempted to subscribe to the theory of you can buy out the black vote, and they'll turn on your guy, the black, and it didn't work. It didn't work by far. It didn't work. You got skunked in the election, and so.
No, I'm looking at Odyssey. He talking about he got a fetish. He like pretty women with pretty feet. Hey,
that's not Billy Landon or Dwan. You see, I like the smell of burnt matches. You know what that means? So that's Herb Baker. They in the same frat. He like the smell of burnt matches.
Man, y'all, I didn't mean to go there. I didn't mean to talk about y'all fetish. We don't want to hear about y'all fetishes. No. I was just using it. Yeah, Jeffrey Toobin on there talking about Afghanistan, and Jimmy, they caught him. Hey, soon as the Zoom, he thought the Zoom meeting was off. He said, "Oh, y'all on?" Wah. So no, man, that's funny, man, because people what they do in their own house is. But this little Deshaun, man. Hey, Jimmy, I don't know, Jimmy, man. Jimmy, I want to think good of him. Jimmy, because you can get 21 women to say something if they think they're going to get some bread. Yes.
Jimmy. But you don't have to go to, why you have to go to 21? You can get 3. Guess what? 3 is more likely to keep their stuff in the sink, their stories together than 23. That's what I'm just saying, man. Like, damn.
Hey,
damn,
hold
dude.
up, y'all. And then he had a nerve, Jimmy. Hold up. Then he had the nerve to do this. That one day he was at practice. He had the nerve to do this.
Why y'all always filming me every day? It's the same shit.
That Negro ain't got no remorse, Jimmy.
You know what? That means the water is starting to bubble.
Jimmy.
When the fire get up on the water, the water starts to bubble at different degrees of Fahrenheit for different people.
Jimmy,
Deshaun just proved the other day when he made that video that his water is starting to bubble.
Jimmy,
He's
man
getting
said,
fed
why,
up.
Jimmy, why y'all always out here filming me every day? It's the same shit. You know what I would have said, Jimmy? Well, just like you getting them massages every day. It's the same shit. I told him just like that.
Well, my thing would be this. That would be one of my questions.
No.
I mean,
that wasn't a question. He's trying to be negative to the cameraman. If I was the cameraman, Jimmy, the cameraman ain't asked no question. I said it's the same way you around here got messing with them damn girls. I promise you I'd have got his ass back. Jimmy, did you see? He was so sinister with it, man. Deshaun, man, you got to cut that out, player. You see how he looked at them? Man, y'all like this the same shit. Yeah, the same over and over. Yes. Did you? And I would have said, did you get a massage today too, sir? With your little nasty. Did you wash your hands? I would have asked him. Man, come on, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's one thing about it. We all know is that this this scenario was going to be over really soon.
Look what Landon said, Jim. Look
Really
what Landon
soon.
said. I said it a long time ago. I know people forgot it, Landon. He said, man.
Well, here's the deal. Understand something. If he was to, and I did pick this up in my rare readings into this stuff in recent days. If Deshaun Watson was to settle with any of those ladies, with just one, he automatically is obligated to give a deposition, and the NFL must accelerate. He automatically would be suspended for at least he'd be on the what they call it list that they put him on.
Yeah. This is
that's at the least
exempt list. They call it the exempt list.
At the least. So it's one of those things. Whereas, remember Pete Rose? Remember how long Pete Rose said, "I didn't cheat"? Pete Rose rode them till the wheels fell off. He rode it all the way to 2004. Pete Rose did,
and he still ain't in Cooperstown.
But no. But they made a rule, and I watched the exclusive on it. I don't know which show it was on ESPN. I watched the and they revisited him versus Shoeless Joe Johnson. I mean Shoeless
Joe Jackson.
Jackson. I said Joe Jackson, and they did it last week, leading into that Field of Dreams game. So they went and they interviewed Pete Rose, and he lives in Las Vegas, and they talked about how the Joe Jackson thing. They made a rule. They amended the rule. After Pete Rose had agreed, they went and amended it, basically gave him a life sentence. So now it comes to find out Shoeless can be reinstated because he's dead.
But they said, Jim, if you go read the history, Shoeless was the only one didn't cheat.
No, he's the only one. He had a 375 batting average.
Wait a minute. Okay. He's the only one that they couldn't find evidence that he cheated. That's what I'm saying.
Because he hit so well.
Yes.
And they're like, well, how could you hit that good if you're cheating like that?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's kind of one of those things where, it reminds me now how long Pete Rose was in denial. He purposely lied. He pissed off everybody. He embarrassed the sport. So Pete Rose right now to this day, when they interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, he was like, so you telling me if a guy go and take money to throw the World Series, you're saying that's worse than me betting on my team to win? So that means Pete Rose. So he said, you tell me which one sound worse. If I take money to throw the World Series, which he took, Shoeless took $5,000. And he took it. He got that bread. Now, mind you, that was.
But he didn't cheat. He might have got the bread, but he didn't cheat.
He got it. Well, the intent is there. That don't mean you got it. You took the bribe.
So what y'all wanted him to hit 500?
No.
That man hit more than anybody on Astros hitting. And we talk about him 100 years later. But Robert Young said, man, y'all leave young.
Well, how long do you think Deshaun Watson? That's the whole thing. My point is, Deshaun Watson, there's going to be a time. And that's the thing. If you're the lawyer had for
Deshaun,
for the ladies.
For the ladies.
Which not many of us really like a fond of that lawyer right now. If you're him, you really, at the worst case scenario, you're going to get a settlement. That part is inevitable. You're going to get a settlement for them ladies. Right now, you're trying to do some humiliation in the process. And normally when people do settlements, they say—
you're just talking about this particular guy. I'm trying to get the money. I don't want the honey.
But the money is— the money is there right now. The thing is,
that's all I want, Jimmy. I ain't trying to humiliate nobody.
But okay, if you're the attorney for Deshaun Watson, you're not trying to settle right now, because if you settle right now, that's a poison pill. You will not be able to play no time soon. You already might not play this year. You won't be able to play this year, won't play next year, because know why? That means you won't be able to play until all of your court proceedings are completed.
That young man better get this thing over with as soon, whatever can happen to get this thing over. But I'm tired of talking about him. Thank you, Ivan Petty, because it's in my notes. Sha'Carri Richards will be running this weekend against those Jamaican women, all three of them up and back. But Jimmy, they have the thing back in Eugene, Oregon again. What, she smoked the weed the last time. Hide all the weed in Oregon.
They not gonna test her for that. They gonna let her make it for that. It's the Olympics that was doing that. She be good. Smoke your joint, girl. That was gonna get you through that race. Smoke you one. Fire you one up. Matter of fact, let her roll it for you. And let Landon give you one of his burnt matches to light one with. Y'all be good with it. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, man.
Now, as we get ready, understand we got 18 minutes left.
Come on, man.
Here's what I got for you. I was looking, we're talking amateur basketball. I'll give you some news. Of course, we talked about the Keontae George yesterday going to IMG, and Ontario Morris going back to Dallas, Kimball out of Dallas. Also, can I ask you guys to share the show right now? Got some good stuff I'm about to lay on you. Good stuff. Share the show right now.
I'm finna. Hey, watch y'all. Watch this, y'all. I did it. Oh, y'all can't see that phone, can you?
I'm doing it, and I'm going to put a post. And I'm going to put a post out there on social media right now. Right now. Your midday sports happy hour. Right now. I'm giving y'all time. I'm giving y'all time to share. That's what we're doing right now.
Jimmy, man, we ain't gonna have time to talk about the summer league. And then I found out some things. I found out some things today, Jimmy. A credible source told me that consummation of that Keontae George, it culminated this weekend at Slam. I get the young man who was with the guard. They was talking about. See, if something happened with. They said culminated this weekend. That's what they told me. And him and the guard said, "Man, come on down." Him and another guy. It's another guy gonna be going down there with him. Said, "Man, let's all play together." So. And you got to realize, Jimmy, I know y'all have y'all theories, but I found out that these kids, and shit, I learned that from all of y'all, they are the best recruiters of each other than anybody. Man, you can come play down here. You can come play down here. So I just, it ain't been completely finalized yet. But it's a good chance, and Jimmy, I'm working on to get the mom on the show and walk us through the whole thing. I'm working on that right now.
Yeah, that'd be a good deal, and of course, and with Keontae George. Now, also, it was in Dallas. Anthony Black has reportedly enrolled in Duncanville High School, and from Capel High School. Anthony Black is in All-American status right now. He was a participant and he excelled at the Pangos camp. He also fared well, pretty solid at the NBPA Top 100 camp. He played this past summer with the 3D Empire program, and now it was that rumor was widely expected around the DFW area for the past year.
Why?
Well, because there's a family member of Anthony Black's who's very close to one of the coaches at Duncanville.
Okay. All right.
Very close.
Okay. All right.
Like Isley Brothers. Isley Brothers.
Okay. I got you. Okay. Man, come on, man. Hey, come on. Don't be saying no stuff like that on this show.
At least.
No. Hold up, y'all. Watch this.
No. So now, but anyway, to give you some stats. So coming into Houston, I have, give you John Lucas will be appearing on tomorrow.
I ain't
as
coming.
we told you
I ain't
earlier.
gonna be on the show tomorrow. I
And
don't want
he
to
has a
talk.
lot to get off his chest. That's why we like getting John once every quarter. Let all the stuff just build up. And so he will be joining us on tomorrow with a lot of news. He's gonna talk about summer league stuff, talk about some players in summer league, talk about some Rockets. He'll talk about grassroots and talk about this new division that he's implementing with JL3 Enterprises. Now, check this out. I was looking at in Greater Houston. It's one of those cities where right now in the class of 2022, right? And I'm looking it up right now. I'm on rcsports.com and I'm looking up the rankings. Well, right now as it stands, a lot of cities like Houston, one of the things that I use is saying how deep it is. Some people say, oh, your city, man, we're deep this year. Sometimes that deep may mean we're deep with Division I prospects. And to other people, let's say if you're Baylor, deep doesn't mean Division I prospects. To the coaches at Baylor, deep means how many Power 5, Power 7 prospects you have, how many athletes that's good enough to play for us. So it's two different layers of deep. It really is. It depends on who's the conversation is with, right? So with that having been said, right now, for us in Houston, Greater Houston, who's committed to Power 5 schools? Who has offers from Power 5 schools? I'm talking about only the 12th graders. We got Amari Abram, who's leaving and going to California next month. He's committed to Texas A&M. PJ Haggerty is committed to TCU. Terrence Arsenault has multiple offers, and he's definitely going to a Power 7 school, a P7, right? So now Bryce Griggs would go into that range. He had committable offers from P7 schools. He opted to go pro. That supersedes, that's like testing out of the class. So right now we have 4 from this class of 2022 that took advantage of those off. Well, that's in that range. Well, 4 last year we only had 3. We had Ramon Walker from Shadow Creek. We had Tyrone Baker. Ramon going to U of H. Tyrone Baker from Hightower. He's at Georgia. And we had Ashton Smith, who's at Texas A&M. Those are the only 3 we had last year, Hatter. So now we don't know until next year. That's resetting a different trend, a different trend downward. Because in 2020, we had Tremont Mark to U of H. We had LJ Cryer to Baylor. We had Marcus Williams to Wyoming. We had Eddie Lampkin to TCU. Jahari Long, that's 5, from Episcopal, went to Seton Hall. And Hayden Hefner from Nederland went to A&M. That's 6 that year. 6 high majors. Now, the year before then, it was a dip downward. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's peaks. It's like this. We haven't set a trend yet. So in Houston, we don't know what we're getting. The year before that, that was only 3, Hatter, in 2019. Stretch Williams went to Texas. Montavious Murphy went to Kansas State. And Xavier Wheeler went to Georgia. That's it from 2019. And I'm going to tell you a hell of a stat from that class in just a second. So I went back to 2018. How many we have that year? How many high majors did we have signed out of high school? 2018, We had Quentin Grimes to Kansas. We had Kendrick Davis to TCU. We had Jamal Bieniemy to Oklahoma. We had Jayla D to Ohio State. We had Miller Kopp to Northwestern. And we had Elijah Parquette to Colorado. That was 6 again. So 6 in 2018, 3 in 2019, 6 again in 2020, 3 again in 2021. And now we're stuck on 4 in 2022. Do you think that it's going to be more than the 4? That signs with a Power 5 out of high school. Time will tell. I'm not going to close the door on it, but it don't look like it. Now,
who would be a candidate?
Al, if you let those young Josiah McWright had a steam after that IMO Classic when he did the number on those guys, and he picked up an offer from A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Amari Abram just committed to A&M. Would A&M accept the offer from both of them? They're pretty much the same position. Now, don't get it twisted. While they're recruiting you guys, they will tell you both that you both can play the same position. We can use both of y'all. I mean, we both can play on the floor together. Huh?
Yeah, we can play them at the same time.
That's what they tell everybody.
Yeah.
They tell everybody that.
Yeah.
So do you think they're going to – so Josiah would be the most likely to succeed.
Okay.
But then do you gamble on a season and wait? He would have to wait till the spring, probably. Unless he try to go and commit to A&M and test them and see if the offer's still there. See, the schools aren't going to call you and say, yo, by the way, we just got a commitment from John Doe. Your offer not no more good. They're not going to do that. First of all, if a college coach did that to your kid and your kid went to another school and that college coach your kid ended up in the portal and that school comes back and call you, hey, yo, you know what y'all want to do? You're not going to send your son to him. You're going to hold that grudge at least more than 2 years. So now, here's what I want to give you about these numbers. This is really intriguing. Check this out. In 2020, that's that class with Tremont Mark and Marcus Williams. That's the year that the COVID hit in Texas, that we did not have a state championship game. For the higher classifications, we didn't. I went and looked at the top 20 players from 2020 from the Greater Houston. Of the top 20, I give credit to that class. I'm really keeping my eye on that class. Let me tell you why. Because of the top 20, 15 of those have yet to transfer. 15 of those are still at the same school they signed with. That's a 75% rate.
What year was that?
2020. The class of 2020.
So
from Greater Houston.
Those guys
of the top 20.
Okay.
Of the top 20 players. Right?
Okay.
75, only 5 transferred. That's Marcus Williams, D.A. Houston, the kid that went to Episcopal.
Yeah.
He went to College of Charleston.
Remember him?
Jaja Sonny. Bakari Lestrap. Went from remember Rim took him at IUPUI for that 1 year and they fired Rim. So now Lil Daddy probably gonna get up. And Dalen Hamilton.
Dalen left. Dalen, I like him. That's the one from Klein Forest, right?
Yeah.
That's my
if
man.
I'm not mistaken, I'm not mistaken, my intel said that Dalen was in the portal. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong on Dalen. Y'all make sure you let me know that.
I like
so
him.
I can correct it if needed. So now, mind you, that means most of those guys made great decisions.
They got it right.
They got it right.
And no, it ain't necessarily got it right. They just went I guess you can call it getting right.
Put it like this. You didn't get it wrong.
You didn't, okay. You didn't get it.
You didn't get it wrong.
You're still happy. Jimmy, you're still happy, but guess what? Jimmy, I told you what their coach told me. He said, man, he said, Robert, this transfer portal, you got to watch it. He said, because you can be getting somebody else's lemon. Said, if somebody got 3 years left, we're not messing with them. So maybe these guys smart enough. Well, let me go on and I can stick it out here as long as I can. And then this last year, if it ain't right, then I can. But they ain't taking them. They said that they don't want nobody else's problem. Oh, that was a couple of them told me. But that's unique, Jim. I mean, that's unique.
Now, check this out. So we get deep with the numbers. And we got a couple of minutes left. 15, 75, only 5 out of the 20 transfer. And you mentioned about getting it right. Marcus Williams is really an asterisk because he got it right.
Yeah,
he played at Wyoming. He just cashed out to come closer to home and play at A&M at a bigger budgeted school.
Yeah, he played his way. He played his way up.
So we give him an asterisk.
Right.
So that means really and truly, for the sake of the number, he gets an asterisk by his name.
Yeah, well, I don't count that one. I won't count that one. He just,
what I'm saying? But for the sake of transfers, he gives a transfer.
He did like what's my baby name? What's my baby name? Sierra. He leveled up.
In a big way.
Yeah.
Your folks get to come see you play.
She went from Future to Russell Wilson. She leveled up. Yeah. Keep going.
Now, let's go back to that's 2020.
Okay.
Right? So the year before then was 2019.
Okay, what happened?
Out of the top 18, I ain't got to go all the way to 20. Of the top 18, guess how many transferred?
None.
You wish. 14 of the 18 transferred out of Greater
What
Houston.
What the hell was that? That was pre-pandemic. What the hell was them dudes thinking about?
So
give me that damn name. Give me that
only
damn
name. I know I can give you the names. There's too many to name 14 of them.
Right,
I'm going to give you the 4. I'm going to acknowledge the 4 who stood still. Calvin Solomon is at SFA. Colin Warren is at McNeese, right?
I remember that class.
Corey Nicholson is at Lamar with Alvin Brooks.
Okay.
And KJ Cunningham is at Weber State. Those are the 4 that are still at their schools.
That's Jeremy Cunningham's son, right? Jeremy.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I got you.
So now 2018, where I stopped at.
Yeah.
It's that Quentin Grimes, Kendrick Davis class,
okay.
Jayla D, Miller Kopp, all those guys.
All right, give me that.
Out of the top 20, guess how many?
Man, I ain't guessing no more. I just messed up too bad. So I just guessed up.
16 transferred out of the top 20.
Out of 20.
Out of 20.
Out of 20.
That means only 20% are still at the same school that they went to out of high school.
Who are the ones that stay?
Elijah Parquette is at Colorado still.
Okay.
Trey Wesley from Cy Falls, he's still at Lafayette.
Yeah.
Antoine Davis is still at Detroit Mercy.
Yeah.
And DJ Weaver is still at Oral Roberts. Those are the only 4.
No, okay. I got you.
So look at the trend of the top 20 from 2018 and 2019.
It's up and down, Jim. It seemed like it went up and down.
2008, but 2018 and 19, the vast majority left.
Yeah. Okay, them two. So
2020, it flipped over. That means they got it right.
Jimmy, maybe they start these new classes. They just start listening to the Chop Shop a little bit more. These later classes, the Chop Shop has become more prevalent in the last few years, Jimmy. You got to think about that. Somebody that, hey, they might not be, people are knowing what's going on now, man. But that's a lot of kids, man, to change. But Jimmy, that's just how it is. I tell them, I tell people all the time, I can't get mad at them. It's just the way it is. You don't always make the right decision. But don't stay there.
But everybody, different people make the decision for different reasons, and that'll be one of the topics on tomorrow. Okay. And give you guys the reasons. That way you'll understand when you fit into that peg and you fit into that description. And lastly, not least, we're going to details. The last piece of news: there's a popular prep school in Houston
Yeah.
that has closed their operation
I don't even know of a prep school.
before they actually even begin.
Jimmy, I don't even know of a prep. How in the hell is prep? Hold up. How in the hell is popular and it ain't begin?
It's popular because their name, the marketing campaign had been recirculating around the city since the beginning of the spring. And it wasn't, the Woodlands Prep had several young men had transferred
Wait a
into.
minute.
Yeah.
I didn't even know too much about it.
The Woodlands Prep?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, remember we talked about on Monday. They played in Jeffrey Day's event this past weekend for the most part under the name Peak Perk Performance. So in Perk Performance, they have about 7-8 kids who've transferred from their schools of last year. And if you want to know the details, you have to go into RCS Sports and check out the VIP news.
Oh, you got detail? I'm gonna tell y'all.
Gave
Hold
you
on,
guys
y'all.
the details. So the Woodlands Prep is the school is still there. It's a brick and mortar, but this particular basketball program is not going to operate under that name. They're not going to operate on that premises. So we'll have more. We got you a lot. Go to the RCS Sports, go into the VIP news.
Good.
That's rcssports.com. And you go into the VIP news and you get your fix, along with a lot of other news I give you guys. I'm telling you, I gave you a lot of nuggets in the VIP news today. It's well worth it. You trust me. You want to, if you hadn't been there before, it's only $2.50 for the whole month, guys. For the whole month. $2.50. Right? So check it out. And we'll talk about it more on tomorrow. And I also reached out to one of the founders of the program, one of the coaches, the head coach of the Woodlands, of what was used to be known as the Woodlands Prep. And he's explained that a lot of stuff he can't really talk about right now. But when his cloud passes over, he promises to come. And he just asked me one stipulation. He said, if I come, I give it all to y'all. If y'all can let me come and do it on the chop shop. I said, if you're going to give it all to us, then yeah, you come give it on the chop shop. I'll hold that end of the bargain. So we're expecting an exclusive conversation soon with the head coach of this particular organization. And if you go to the VIP news and rcsports.com, I also share with you the tentative name of that the team will be playing up under. So my magic question.
They're going to still have a team?
Go check out the VIP news.
I'm looking at it right now. You know I can't. Hold up.
You got to put your goggles on.
Hold up. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all. I'm finna start tweeting out this information.
And once again,
right. Y'all got to go to the VIP.
And once again, don't confuse this with Woodlands Christian. It's the Woodlands Prep.
Oh, okay.
Not the Woodlands Christian. And guess what? Some things are unfortunate, but I give you guys the details. You got to sometimes just got to go and support my efforts for verbalizing and typing stuff up to you guys. It's like an offering. Go check out the VIP news.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I got you. I got you.
And we'll have more.
Shout out to Mason Docks, Jimmy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mason Docks. We got news about Mason Docks.
Man, y'all got to go. Y'all got to go to. I ain't telling y'all nothing.
Mason Docks is committed to a Division I college, and he's also leaving Cy Ranch High School. Where is he going? Why is he going? Check out the VIP news.
I saw that on a little edit. I didn't understand that. Okay. Now, see, I didn't know because they said Cy Ranch, they tagged Cy Ranch, but he had another edit at another school. I ain't never heard of that damn school before. But okay.
So y'all, I mean, that's pretty much got today. We are at the buzzer right now. We got to understand the chop shop. We're getting in shape. That way we can restore our to the confines of our time from 12 to 2. So once after Labor Day comes around, we'll be right in shape. We getting there right now. We shaving it down. We getting close. You know, yesterday was 9 minutes. Today is 7 minutes. So we good. We making progress. We making progress. We'll get there. But meanwhile, don't forget, guys, to tomorrow, John Lucas, Coach John Lucas will be joining us. And it's always a sermon that we know what that mean. How to know what that mean? That mean you ain't gonna get to talk at all.
I ain't gonna say nothing tomorrow.
You might well go and just eat you a salad. Yeah. You ain't gonna get to talk at all.
Get what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna mess with Mindy and Sonya on the Facebook feed. I'm on the feed. I'm gonna be talking on the feed a lot tomorrow. I'm aiming at anything happen with the Astros tonight. I'm getting to right on Mindy and Sonya tomorrow. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. Yeah, I know it. I already got my day planned out already.
and so make sure, guys, it's that time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Women Rock Wednesday. We want you to make sure you share the show one more time on your way out the door. Once again, share the show on your way out the door. Shout out to all the ladies out there. Yeah. Right. And Kim Jackson. I see you, Anissa, Sonia Billingsley. Yes. I see you guys. I see you ladies out there. And more. I'm quite sure I missed a couple. But happy.
You see Dale Griggs? Dale Griggs
in the house.
Day. She been there all day.
In the house. Yeah. And make sure that you ladies be safe today on this Women Rock Wednesday. Be smart out there. Make sure you don't let anybody invade your space. And leave you with that thought in mind. Don't let nobody invade your space.
And don't be massaging no football players this weekend, ladies. Tonight. Don't be massaging.
At least not on your back. If you do, don't lay on your back.
Hey, man, we got to get out of here, man. Y'all crazy.
Shout. Peace for Robert Allen. This is Jim Hicks, guys. We up out of here. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Oh, my God.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop,